Hello everyone, I'm James, a friend of Dad's, and you are watching Dad vs. Daughter Year in Review 2019.
And what was your favorite game of 2019?
I don't think anybody really cares. Well, okay, since you asked, and since I have it right here, my favorite game of 2019 was the game that hit the table the most and was enjoyed by everyone who played it. Friends, family, and should come as no surprise, but it is Wingspan. Published by Stonemaier Games, designed by Elizabeth Hargrave, and had multiple artists, including the fantastic Beth Sobel. So definitely one of the favorite games of 2019 for everyone who played it. So I am really looking forward to hear what Dad and Daughter have to say about 2019, including their favorite game. So take it away.
Hello and welcome to the 2019 wrap-up show for Dad vs. Daughter. I'm Tim the Dad.
I'm Megan the Daughter.
So we're going to take a look back at the games that we played, games that we knew about, everything that was 2019 because now it's 2020.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start off with, I like to call our gee whiz numbers.
I hate that.
So as of right now, this is mid-January, we have almost 4,600 subscribers.
It's a lot.
And
It's a lot.
we just turned 5 years old in September
We
for the
did.
channel, so I think that's pretty good because we figured we'd be lucky if we had 5 people that wanted to
Yeah.
watch us.
That's pretty good.
But we've also done something a little bit different. You probably know if you follow Facebook that I pretty much run that, but
Mhm. I started Twitter
Yeah.
after Gen Con. So yeah, we had, as of right now, I had 45 followers. So if you want to check out Twitter, I'm running that. It's a lot of cross posting, but some stuff is just my commentary.
yeah, so if you want Dad's view, Facebook. If you
Mhm.
want Megan's view, it's on Twitter. So we didn't really play a lot of games together this year.
No.
We had a lot with my gaming group and some of the lunch group. Plus, I've done some of the app reviews. We played 27 games in total
Yeah,
together.
not that many.
Well, that's not counting the co-op games.
Yeah.
Co-op, we won 3 of those and lost 1. So, not too bad.
Yeah.
But as far as the total goes, out of those 27 we played head-to-head, Megan won 13.
You won 14.
Yeah, so had a close year.
Yeah.
So not bad. So the other thing we did was we went to Gen Con,
Mhm.
and we were at Gen Con pretty much 3 full days,
We were.
Thursday, Friday, and
Very
Saturday.
long days.
Got to demo a lot of games.
You did. Did a
Um,
lot.
got to see some that we were really excited about,
Mm-hmm.
and then it took us a while before we actually were able to get them to play.
Yeah.
But we did play some other ones, and we were exposed to some new ones that
We were,
we
yeah.
weren't even on our radar.
My game of the year was not on my radar. It was on yours, but I'd never heard of it till like Gen Con. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
So yeah, Gen Con was I would say a really good Gen Con
Yeah,
this year.
it was a good show.
And if you want to see all of the videos and stuff that we took, there is a breakdown by publisher on the channel. So like if you wanted to see everything that Asmodee did, you can
Mhm.
go out and you can just check that, or the op.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it has some good.
so speaking of 2019, let's talk about some of the games that I think I've played all of these.
I have
Actually,
not.
you've played one of them.
I demoed one.
You got the demo one at Gen Con.
Yeah, that was all. Yeah.
These are games that basically because of timing, they didn't make it to our channel, but we wanted
Mhm.
to talk about them. So the number 5 game I want to talk about is Obscurio. Now this is from Libeland. This is kind of I want to say a successor to Mysterium,
Yeah.
but this has a trader element to it. So this was one that I've actually got to play a couple times with a weekly game group. You have not
I've
actually played
wanted
this yet.
to. Yeah, it looks super cool. I really liked Mysterium, and I like the trader element because I like that betrayal.
Yeah.
So,
This is really kind of cool. Again, you're looking at pictures and trying to identify things so you can get out of this library.
Yeah.
Because you got to watch it when you're in a library.
and count the shadows.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Obscurio, very good.
And your number 4 game was a game that we got to see at Gen Con as well.
And I also got to play
You played it.
half a game.
Yeah, you played it the first night at
but
Gen
I'm,
Con.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to playing this one a lot
Mhm.
more. This is the Artemis Project. This is from Grand Gamers Guild. This has dice, and you're going to be able to kind of use the dice to place, almost like a worker placement thing,
Mhm.
but you can get bumped. So, a lot of nastiness can happen
I like that too.
in that. This is really cool. In fact, I think this is on a lot of people's top 2019 games.
It looks cool, just like design alone. I thought it was really cool.
Next, we have a game from Super Meeple that I've actually played quite a bit, and it's going to be on the channel with me and my gaming buddies, and that is U.S. Telegraph from Super Meeple. Now, this is it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like a route building game where you've got little X's here. You're going to be setting up your map. You're going to be trying to get basically from one city to another, and you can really hose people over. You're going to collect resources in order to build those. But it's a lot of fun, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be on the channel probably within the next month. Now, we're going to talk about the game that you have actually got to play. I didn't get the demo at Gen Con because
No.
it had one seat left,
I took
and
that seat.
I was being nice.
Yep, and it is Marvel Champions, the card game, and this is from Fantasy Flight. So yeah, I got to demo this one at Gen Con. It was super cool. I really liked it. It was not like a normal deck building game, kind of not like Legacy.
Yeah, this
So
is
it's really different. Legendary, sorry,
yeah.
not Legacy. Yeah.
You're going to actually be building your deck prior to the game,
Mhm.
and then you get to play as one of the characters. You got to play She-Hulk.
It was She-Hulk, yeah. But there's Iron Man for you. So
Yeah,
don't worry.
and the really cool thing about this game is you have an alter ego
Mhm.
that you're going to deal with. So sometimes you're Spider-Man, sometimes you're Peter Parker, and
Sometimes you have to pay your rent,
Rent.
take care of Aunt May, gotta do all
Yeah.
that fun stuff.
But that one we're really looking forward to. We
Mhm.
actually haven't got a chance to play this one yet.
No,
I have not. You, like I said, you got to demo it.
it.
But this looks really cool, and you know we love Marvel games.
Mhm.
We're huge fans of Marvel Legendaries, so
Yep.
yeah, definitely looking forward to that one.
It's really good.
And then the number one game that was on a lot of people's lists.
I
In fact,
can't figure out why. I can't.
this is a game that was actually very scarce in order to find. I was lucky. I was at Miniature Market one
Mhm.
day, and they just happened to have some in, so I was able to get a copy. And that is Wingspan, and that is from Stonemaier Games, which also Stonemaier is located in St. Louis. But this is a game about birds.
It's an
Yeah.
old person game.
You say it's an old person
Because
game,
you're
but
like bird watching and your eggs, and it seems
Yeah.
like a retiree game.
It's,
I mean, no offense, but it's just like I haven't played it, and I don't really plan on playing it. Birds creep me out, so
well, you know, the bird thing, yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's an engine building game.
yeah.
I've actually got the chance to play that several times with my game group and with some of the other groups that I do game with occasionally. But it's a lot of fun. The components on it are really cool. The artwork, even for the birds, is cool. The thing I like most about it is you get to have, like, you know, some of those bigger birds, and they eat the smaller birds. You get to flip over a card, and if it's a certain size, you get to eat it.
Violent.
You get to tuck it underneath, and it's worth a point at the end. But yeah,
All right.
that's what it's fun. And you say, hey, why you got to eat a bird?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so now that we've talked about the games that were not on the channel, let's take a look at our top 5 that did make it, and we'll start off with our honorable mention right before we get to the top 5. All right, so my first honorable mention game, one of the greatest themes, I think, of all the board games is pirates. You know, Dad loves his pirate games. And so when I found out about this one, this was actually, I think, back in 2018 about it coming out. I was very excited for it. It's a deck building racing game, and this is Extraordinary Adventures Pirates. Now, this is from Forbidden Games, and I've really enjoyed the heck out of this.
It's pretty good. I'll
it's-
give you that for a pirate game, because I know that's more of your type of genre you like
Yeah.
to play in. But it was really good, and I think I won 90% of the games we played.
Did you win the one we filmed?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But I won a lot when we were just playing around
We
with
did
it.
we did play this a lot. In
We
fact,
did.
I've introduced this to a lot of people,
Mhm.
and I think it's gone over very well. It's kind of a unique type of game, like I said, deck building with
Yeah.
racing.
Which I normally don't like racing type games. But I do like deck building, so this was good.
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
And you know, you've got different pirates that you're gonna use their abilities. You're
Mhm.
gonna be racing on 3 different tracks. You're gonna be collecting crates. The components in this are really cool.
Yeah,
And
the
the
crates are
artwork,
awesome.
this has got great artwork in it. And I've read other posts that people hate the artwork, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know if it's because it's It's more of a cartoony
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's it. The map though is beautifully done.
Yeah.
Like I love the map on the board.
But yeah, the board on this is really cool, and I think the artwork reminds me of the concept art that we've seen in Pirates of the Caribbean
Mhm.
attraction at Disney.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
Especially this guy up here. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
Yeah, that guy definitely looks.
He looks just like he's out of the ride.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of part of it for us. We just attach ourselves to Disney.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, you want to talk about one of your honorable mentions?
Sure. I'm not quite positive why I put this down. It's Die Hard. It's from the app. This game was actually really fun, and I kind of hate admitting that because I was like, I'm never gonna like this game. Never saw Die Hard until right before we filmed this. It just was really cool, and I know you'll talk about it a lot more later. But I think the reason I like this game though is how it's in 3 acts and how the board like unfolds to tell the story, which I've never seen that in a game before. And I thought that was really cool, and kind of it being one versus many, or for us it was more 1v1. I think that was kind of cool. We don't normally play a lot of those, but it was fun.
And it
kind
works.
of, yeah, it worked really well, and it was fun for like, I know both of us. I mean, I always played Hans. I never gave you a chance
Hans,
to.
Bubby.
But I really enjoyed that, so that was really cool. And I know you will talk more about that, so I'll just hand it over to you for
okay.
later.
Another honorable mention game I want to talk about was one that we actually did a Kickstarter preview for, and that is an expansion.
Well, you did. This is more for you.
It's an expansion. It's also a standalone to one of my top games of all time, and that is Railways of Portugal. Now, this is from Eagle Griffin Games, and this features basically a lot smaller map, more suited for 2 to 4 players.
Is this the one we had the giant map for, like on the poster board?
Yes,
Okay.
it was, because we had the prototype.
Yeah.
So my buddy Chris and I did the playthrough on the prototype, and then I did an unboxing once we got this production copy. But Railways of the World is, like I said, one of my all-time favorite games, especially if you love train games. I think it's the best train game that's out there.
No, Ticket to Ride is. I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to go up a few notches above Ticket to Ride.
Ticket to Ride
this-
is pretty good already.
But Railways of the World was great. This is a great little map, kind of like Railways of Nippon, which we've also done on there. Like I said, it's more geared towards the lower player count, but really, really enjoyed Railways of Portugal.
Alright, my second honorable mention is Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, Defense Against Dark Arts. This is also from the Op, sensing a theme. I really like the Op games. This was really cool. I like that it was a 2-player, kind of competitive deck building game as opposed to like the actual Hogwarts Battle where you do the deck building there. I like that it comes in like all the trunks. I like how they like box all of these games.
It's got this sleeve on it, so it does kind of look like looks like a.
It was like
a
all the
book
other
or trunk,
Hogwarts
yeah.
battles look like trunks, so I think this is cool theming wise. All of the artwork is pretty similar to what you see in Hogwarts Battle. Again, this is just kind of more of a 2-player variant. It's good to travel. We took it with us on vacation and played it in the hotel.
Yeah, we did.
So like that was kind of fun just to have like easy to throw in your bag and stuff
Yeah.
when you don't drop cards in the dog's water bowl.
Hey, but here's the great thing is that
Linen.
card was coated so well that it
Yeah.
did not damage it
It
at
did
all.
not. Oh, you got out there super fast.
But
too.
this was one that we actually walked away with at Gen Con.
I was so happy.
And
for
we
that.
got to play it right away.
Yeah.
We played the heck out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you beat me at this?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No.
But this is also my other honorable mention too. I really like it because the art and everything is just straight from the Hogwarts Battle game that we really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to see us play through all 7 games of that, you can. Plus, we've also have done one of the Monster Box of Monsters expansion.
Yeah.
So really enjoy this, especially with the 2-player. It's pretty fast.
Yeah, we played a lot of games in like an hour and a
Yeah.
half or so. We were knocking out a couple of them.
Yeah, I think it's because you wanted to try to win one.
We're just like, come on, I can
Because
do
I
it.
kept putting a beat down on her.
Yeah.
But so that is our 3 honorable mentions. So
No, it's
let.
not.
Oh, you still got one more. I'm
This is
sorry.
one more. I was
I'm
gonna say,
sorry.
I was like, I'm not done yet. This is a game I found at Gen Con, and it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer board game. This is from Jazzco Games. So I had just about a month and a half ago, I actually finished watching Buffy for the first time, all the way through.
I have not.
No, you're still on like episode like 4. But I really got into Buffy. I know I'm kind of late to the game. I thought it was really good. I saw this game in the press room at Gen Con. I was kind of flipping through it. Got to talk to the guys at Jazzco. They were very nice and gave me a copy to review. And I thought it was really cool, especially for an IP-based game, because I kind of never know how well some of those work. They've been doing really well on getting IPs into board games and not making it like really kiddie or cheesy. So I really like this, how you go around like Sunnydale, you go around and fight all the monsters and everything. It was really cool.
Which
the monster of the week, the big bad.
Yeah, it just cracks me up.
And the Scoobies.
The Scoobies.
I
Now,
love it. It was a good game.
This game is a lot like a game that you don't really care for, and that's
I
Pandemic.
hate Pandemic.
This is
But I
very
like
Pandemic-like.
Thunderbirds.
You do.
It's by the same person.
Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be spawning the demons
The
and
demons,
vampires
yeah.
on the board, very much kind of like Pandemic.
I think it's just the theming. I don't like medical stuff.
Oh,
Maybe
is that
that's.
what it
I
is?
don't know.
But
Pandemic, I just can't get into.
This was kind of a surprise because, like I said, I didn't really know anything about Buffy
Yeah.
prior to this game, and it did get me to start the series.
Mhm.
I'll get back and I'll watch it, in a little while. But
Yeah.
this actually was pretty fun.
It was really fun. We
Like I said-
played this a lot in October
Yeah, I liked. Well, yeah,
for Spooky Month.
for the spooky month, but the gameplay on this is really good. Now, I think the first game we played was actually kind of long, but then
Yeah, we got the hang of it though.
yeah, once we
Understanding
figured
the
out what we
cards
were
and
doing, it
everything.
was actually not too bad.
Mhm.
So yeah, that was a good game.
It was really good. So
All right.
that's all of our honorable
So
mentions.
yeah, now we can start counting down for our top 5 of 2019. Okay, time for top 5 of 2019. Now, I want to say early on, I had a game pegged probably within the first few months that I thought, oh, this is going to be my game of the year.
Mhm.
But 2019 actually turned out to be a really good year for
There's
games.
just a lot of good ones.
Ton of games that we really loved. So, starting with my number 5, I have Gugong from Tasty Minstrel Games. This is kind of a unique worker placement type of game, action selection, where it's got a huge board, beautiful artwork, and in fact, if you followed us on Facebook, you have seen that I've kind of blinged this out. They have little jade cardboard cutouts that I went to like the dollar store and I got a big thing of the green glass beads because the deluxe version comes with those already. I also found a really cool dragon thimble that just kind of looked like it went with that I used to replace the round marker. Because in the deluxe version you get this little gold lantern. It was kind of cool, but this looks really cool now that I've blinged that out a little bit. But actually the first half of 2019, I would say that first half total 6 months, this was gonna be my game of the year. So
Was
that
it
just
until Gen Con that you were kind of sold on this, or
it kind of was, because then I got to play a lot of
so for
other games.
3/4 of the year? Then Gen Con's in
Yeah.
August.
Yeah, but this was a lot of fun. I've played this game a lot with my game group. You've not actually played this
No.
game,
I'm not.
but really love Gugong. There's a new, I don't know if it's an expansion or a standalone that's coming out for this that Tasty Minstrel unfortunately is not doing. So I'm not sure if I'll get a chance to play that one anytime soon or not. But Gugong, my number 5.
All right, my number 5 is another game from the op, which is Talisman Kingdom Hearts. And I got to see this at Gen Con, the final production copy of it.
This was a game
It
that
was
I think
really cool.
you were looking forward to more than any other game.
I was. It was mainly just because it was Kingdom Hearts, and I didn't know how that would really translate to a board game, and the fact that I feel like there isn't a lot of Kingdom Hearts stuff out there anymore. So that was really cool that they were doing a board game with it.
Show off that back there.
Oh yeah. The board alone is pretty much what sold me, because it was beautifully done. It was all of the artwork from the video games. The little character minifigs are really well done with attention to detail and all of it. I still have not won this, though I might have in our playthrough, which I'm very upset about. So I need to play it again so I can actually remember to do my character's ability and do all of that. But this game is super cool. I really liked it. It's not that difficult once you understand what to do. I mean, Talisman is a fairly easy game from
Yeah.
what I've understood. So, I mean, just putting a different IP on it's kind of cool, though. And it's one that I really enjoy because I've liked Kingdom Hearts since I was really little. So,
Yeah, I'd say that the fact that it was Kingdom Hearts was one of the reasons why I liked it. The gameplay itself for me was just kind of meh.
yeah.
But the Kingdom Hearts theme on there kind of gave it a step up in my
Because it
opinion.
is kind of a light game.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's Table Hog because the board is massive and all.
And
all
it's
the cards.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
the
really
board is
well
beautiful.
done.
The sculpts are beautiful.
But
and the minis.
yeah, it is kind of light, but it's because it's Kingdom Hearts. I really like it. So, yeah. It's my number 5.
All right, my number 4 was a game that we left Gen Con and I had not heard anything about this game. And then my buddy Scott Morris started posting pictures of it, and I'm like, how did I miss this game? That is Ecos, the First Continent. This is from AEG. Now, this is
I'm surprised we spent a lot of time at their booth, too.
Yeah, I don't know how. Well, I think it was kind of it wasn't a full release there.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I don't know if it was actually truly released at Gen Con.
Gaia.
But this is bingo, basically.
Yeah, I like bingo.
You're going to be pulling these really cool stones that have different earth kind of symbols on them, and we've made up names for all of the symbols.
We have.
In fact, we even had to clean up some of the language of what we call some of the little symbols. But you're going to be pulling symbols out of a bag. You're going to be placing markers on cards. And once you have completed a card, you call it Ecos, like bingo. And you're going to be able to do things with the either placing tiles or placing animals on the tiles. Really cool. This was kind of a surprise because we've covered Rise of Augustus, which is another bingo game years ago on the channel. And this was a killer for that.
Yeah.
In fact, I got rid of my copy of Rise of Augustus for Ecos. Everybody that I've taught this game to has really enjoyed it. In fact, I've seen a lot of other reviewers that have really enjoyed it as well. We enjoyed it.
It's really
we've
good.
played it a lot. I've played it a lot with my my work game group.
You have, yeah.
And yeah, it's been a hit. So you wouldn't have thought that probably with a bingo game.
No.
But I think the thing that sets it apart
It's
is putting those tiles down.
Yeah.
And then again, kind of like what I said with Wingspan earlier, the really cool part is when you have animals that get to eat other animals and get massive points. Like you have like a killer whale or a shark that eats all the fish in the water, or you get like the lion and tigers and bears. Oh my!
I don't think it's bears.
There's not even
Tigers.
there are
There's lions.
There's lions and tigers. I think.
No, there's leopard.
Leopards,
cheetah,
maybe not.
cheetahs,
The
I don't
cheetahs, yeah, a lot of cheetahs.
Hey,
You gotta watch it
animal.
when you play this game with cheetahs.
Ha.
Okay.
That was bad. Alright, so my number 4 is also a Disney game. And this was Villainous, and this was from Ravensburger.
Yeah.
So this game, oh my god, I love it. And all the expansions. This game is so good.
And I do want to point out that this is from the design company Prospero Hall, which
Dude, I'm in love with their games.
they
Their games are great.
awesome. They're just kicking it.
But this game was really good. It came with, this is the base one, so it comes with 6 villains. We have the other 2 expansions, which I love as well.
And you can see all those on our
You
channel.
can mix and match them all, which I think we should really try that someday. Like, mix all the different villains up.
Yeah, because we pretty much have
We've
stuck
played
with
with
the
all of them.
expansions, how they
Yeah,
are.
but really fun. I like that you are the villain and you're kind of playing the story that way, which I think is really interesting. It's kind of a different take on Disney movies, which I like, and obviously we like Disney. But it's really cool. I like all the components. Obviously the character pieces, I don't know if you can really see them on the box very well, but they're awesome. They're like one of the coolest parts of this game, are kind of like how they design the characters into the tokens. But yeah, I really like this game. It's really fun. And the expansions.
Yeah, this just missed being one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah,
But
really?
This is a really
It's
good game.
so good.
And this is widely available at Target, and it's like $35, so
It is.
real cheap to find and add it to your collection.
Definitely. On Target Run. I'm done.
The Target Run.
Target Run and done.
Yeah.
Your Starbucks and your board games, you're set.
All right. My number 3 game is another game from Prospero Hall that you can also find at Target, and it's
Yes.
also
Well, you may be able to find it at Target.
yeah.
Every time I go, it's like gone. Or there's one copy.
I've seen a few copies at our local Target last time I was there, and that is
It's
Horrified.
It's my number 3 game as well.
yeah.
This game is so cool.
Again, this, like I said, it's from Prospero Hall, but this is
Mm-hmm.
also from Ravensburger. In fact, this was a game that I saw so many people carrying at Gen Con.
Yeah.
Um,
Every game bag had this in it pretty much.
And it's a cooperative game. And this was one of those where every time we played it, we'd lose. And then we finally got on a win streak.
Yeah,
And,
it took us a little bit. We got it going.
You've got the classic Universal monsters. You've got Dracula. You got the Wolfman, the Mummy, Frankenstein, and his bride. You got the Invisible Man and the creature from the Black Lagoon. And this is, I've heard people say that this is kind of like Pandemic. I don't think so, because Pandemic, you're trying to, really eradicate things. Here,
really
you're going to go.
spawn.
Well, you do spawn items that you're going to pick up.
It's not like bad things that are normally
No,
gonna
not
spawn.
at
It's
all.
more pick up and deliver.
Yeah, I would say that's probably a better thing. But I love the fact when you open the box up, the board
There's a
gives you a
warning.
warning, which, like I said, we've covered that in our playthrough.
Yeah.
But this has just been a total blast playing.
I remember when you told me about this going into Gen Con, I was like, that does not sound like a good game
Well,
that I would be interested in.
The funny thing is I found out about this like days before
You
Gen
did,
Con,
yeah.
because Rodney Smith from Watch It Played, my friend, he had a little video on it, and I thought, oh, I got to check this out. Well, I think they completely sold out every day at Gen Con.
The demo table was always full.
But like I said, every time we were walking around, we would see people with having this in their bags. So it was flying off the shelves. And like you said, it was hard to find at Target
it's
when
probably
it came
easier
out.
now, but yeah.
Yeah, especially now that
Right when
we're
we
past
got back,
Halloween.
it was always gone.
And you don't have to play this at Halloween, but it does. It's an awesome
dead
game to
Halloween.
play because it's very thematic in what you're trying to do. Each monster has its own condition that you have to basically defeat it with.
Yeah.
And my buddy Dave Taylor from To the Table has blinged his copy out because
He did.
you could get these little mini Funkos of the classic monsters, and you can basically use them instead of the minifigs that come with this. And I do
They're
know,
cool, though.
and the minis that come here, they're just like Dracula's all red and Frank's all green, and that's fine.
Them.
But like my friend Joel Eddy from Drive Thru Review, he's actually got a whole series on how he painted his. So if you're interested in doing that, check out his videos. If you want to see how the mini Funkos look, check out Dave's page. But Horrified is actually my number 3, and
my number
it was
3.
your number 3.
And
So
I got to talk to the designer of the minifigs on Twitter
yeah,
after we posted it. So it was really cool. He also did some of the sculpts for Villainous as well. So that was really cool.
okay.
So Twitter's cool. It opens up a couple new doors.
So so this was both of our number 3s.
It's really good. Yep. I'll go ahead and let you talk about your number 2 because I've already kind of talked about it. So
Yeah, this was a game that was probably my most anticipated game of 2019. As soon as I found out about it from my buddy Ross at the Op, I was just like, I had to know everything about it, and he couldn't tell me anything, which was killing me. That whole secrecy with the publishers. But then we got to Gen Con, and we actually were able to sit down and demo it. And that is Die Hard, the Nakatomi Heist board game. This is an awesome game. In fact, when I played this, I played the heck out of this with a bunch of different game groups that I have. This became my number 1 game of the year.
until like 2 weeks before the end of the year.
Well, this pretty much lived up to everything that I wanted it to be. Like, you'd already said before, it's a 1 against mini. I was John McClane. In fact, I was John McClane every game that you and I played. You were always Hans.
Have you ever played Hans?
I have played as Hans and lost to Hefe. Hefe was John McClane.
Really?
And it came down to the wire. In fact, if we would have had one more turn, we would have killed John McClane.
Yeah.
But like what you said, the really cool thing about this is the board unfolds. So the game unfolds as you're playing.
Really cool.
You've got the 3 different acts, and you are having to look at your cards because you carry cards over from act to act, but you only get to carry the cards over that you play. So you've got to make important decisions. There is a lot of red and green because this is a Christmas game, and you can play this game any time of the year.
Yes, there you go. You can.
But we all know Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Because it's not a Christmas movie.
Yeah. But this was awesome. Like I said, this was going to be my number 1 game of the year.
Got knocked out pretty quick though. Once we got to the other game.
Well, actually, I probably would have had this be a tie, but because you gave me so much crap last year from having a tie, that I knew that I couldn't have a tie this year.
I?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
It's been a year.
last year I had a tie between Western Legends and Dice Sellers, and you said that was kind of a cheat.
Yeah, it is cheap.
Yeah, because I couldn't make up my mind. I was able to actually make up my mind, but Die Hard is awesome. All right, your number 2.
My number 2 is a game I talked about a lot, and I said early on this is probably my game of the year, at least in the running, and it got knocked out after Gen Con. But this game, I'm in love with. It is silver. It's from Bezier, and this is just the original silver. We also have
Yeah.
Silver Bullet, which is super good too. Pretty much like the silver game in general is awesome. I loved it. I don't know why. Like I didn't expect to like this game as much as I did, but I really did.
Well,
I think it was because I could easily beat you because you have a crap memory.
Yeah, this is a memory game, but it's got meanness to it, and you like that as well.
I do, yeah. It was just really cool. The artwork I think is cool. I'm not really a big fan of a lot of Bezier games personally, but this game was like definitely one of my favorites. And when we went to Gen Con to their booth, this game was like flying off the shelves. People were always playing it. They were rushing to fill tables. Like that booth was busy.
We were lucky that they had sent us a prototype
Yes.
Early in the year. In fact, they sent us the prototype, and they're like, you can't show anything about this game for a few months.
It was really difficult, yeah.
So we really had to kind of keep our
Like,
keep our
can't
mouth
talk
shut
about
about
it.
this one. But yeah, you really enjoyed it.
This was so good.
This is one that I've introduced to my lunch group because it plays very fast. In
It's
fact,
pretty easy to pick up as well.
yeah, several people in my group I know have bought this, and
It's
they
a
love
good
it.
little game.
Yeah, it is a
Good
nice
for
little
travel. The box too works if you want to combine. If you do buy Silver Bullet as well, you can easily combine them in one.
game. Yeah, it's got a nice little
The
tray
insert's
that's
really
divided.
nice, so that way you can just have both games and take them with you. It's a good little game. And there's also an app, which I wasn't too big of a fan playing against an NPC, but I do really like this game a lot.
Yeah, Silver's a good game.
It's a good game,
All right, now for my number one.
which is really good. I'll attest to this. This almost made my list.
Yeah, this game has everything I like about a game. It's got great theme.
Yep.
It's got I would say it's got great mechanics. Some
It's in
people may,
space. We like space themed stuff.
and it's Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can't go wrong with that.
it is Star Wars Outer Rim. Now, everything about this game, like I said, I love. I love the artwork. I love the way the game plays. I love it that it's Star Wars. It's got the iconic characters because you're kind of, on the outskirts. You're
Yeah,
Outer
you're on the
Rim.
Outer Rim.
So you're playing as Han, Lando, IG-88, Bosk, Boba
Jyn.
Fett,
Jyn
Jyn
Erso. I
Erso,
played Jyn.
Dr.
I
Can't think of her name.
can't think of her when I played her.
Um,
Yeah.
But so you've got
Outer
those
Rim
characters, you've got their ships. So you can have the Millennium Falcon. You can
Once you upgrade it,
once you upgrade,
Yeah.
you can make the Kessel Run.
you can.
There's pick up deliver. There's bounty hunting. There is
I killed a man.
yeah. So and we just got back from Disney where we rode Smuggler's Run,
Oh,
where we got
man.
to fly the Falcon.
We were both the pilots.
and
We were lucky to do that.
and-
I didn't crash us. I did really well.
yeah.
I was proud of that. We only took a couple hits.
And Hondo, who's basically
Hondo Onaka, because you were doing the run for him.
and in the game you killed him. You had a
Did.
bounty for him and you killed him.
Did. I was trying
So
to
now they had
catch
to
up.
take him out of the ride because he's dead. No, but this game is awesome.
It's really fun.
If you like Star Wars, if you don't like Star Wars, game is
wrong?
based on Firefly, which I'm not a fan of Firefly, so don't hate me. But yeah, it just never did anything for me. But they said that this is actually a much better version. They've kind of streamlined things and cleaned it up. I fully expect to see many expansions come out for this,
There should
especially
be
with
an
the
expansion.
Mandalorian.
I was gonna say, yeah, you need Mando and have a Baby Yoda card so
Where
you
you
can
can
protect the child.
Pick him up and deliver him
Keep
somewhere.
him
but-
away from IG.
love the artwork on this. I mean, great iconic Falcon
Yeah.
picture there.
I was super overwhelmed by it at first, just seeing all the components and everything. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. It's really easy
Yeah,
once you get.
it is a
of
table hog.
It is. And it's like my first sandbox type game,
Yeah.
so that was really cool. I've never played a game like that before.
So like Western Legends was my game of the year last year. It's a sandbox game. This is a sandbox game. It's just
It's cool.
awesome. In fact, I've played the heck out of this. The only thing I haven't done is I have not played the solo on this because I've played as Han Solo,
I was gonna say,
but I've
yeah.
not played the solo mode,
Yeah.
which there is a whole deck of cards that are in there to kind of.
There's droid cards.
Yeah, it's got C-3PO on it, I think.
Yeah.
But I do look forward to doing that. In fact, I might even, do that while
do
you're
that
back
to
at college. So,
Yeah.
yeah, number one game of the year,
It's really good.
Star Wars Outer Rim.
Yep. My game of the year was one I was shocked that kind of made it, but I got to demo it at Gen Con and immediately thought this was a really cool game.
And we did walk away with it at Gen Con.
Did, and it was Hadara, and it's from Z-Man Games. Yeah, this game's really cool. I like that it's in turns, and you kind of like, you go one way, then you go the other. With your cards, you kind of have to draft. Sometimes you hate draft a little bit. I think there's different ways you can score points. You can buy the medals. You have to kind of worry about feeding your people. Have your military up so you can conquer like little places like that. I don't know. It was really cool. I thought it was.
It's very colorful.
It is very colorful. I mean, it felt kind of simple, but I really enjoyed it. I don't know. I've heard a lot of other people talking about it.
Yeah,
So,
Hadara's been on a lot of
It's
people's
good.
lists. So
I was really impressed with it.
yeah, this, like I said, was probably just outside of my honorable mentions, just because there were so many other awesome games this year.
I like the artwork in it too. There's a lot of cool artwork.
And you consistently beat me at this
I
game,
did. So I'm really good at it.
which
That's
going,
why I like a game more. If I beat you.
going
at it.
back to my number 2 game, Die Hard. I've never beaten Megan at that.
No. Yeah, I've always
But yeah,
killed
this
you.
this is a really good
It was a
game.
really good game.
So one of the things that I posted on our Facebook page is for our followers there to list out the games that they said were their top games in 2019. Now, this is also some older games that people just found out about this past year.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of run through the list, and a lot of these I've actually played.
At least a
some
lot of them
I
I've
have
heard
not.
of. So I felt good about that. 'Cause sometimes I don't know a lot of games. We don't cover them.
Yeah, so instead of really talking about who provided these, we just kind of compiled them into a big list. So when you see your games there, you can give us a
That'd be
little shout
cool.
out. So Undaunted Normandy, which I think this is from Academy Games. It's a war game.
Yeah.
We're not really big into war games, so
No.
don't really know much about that. Parks, I have actually played, and I really wanted to like that game. And I was just kind of meh. I mean, it's got really cool artwork. It's kind of I don't want to say worker placement, but you're moving a little dude along a thing, along a path. But yeah, I mean, that one just didn't do much for me.
Marvel Champions.
Which, like I said, you got the demo.
Yep.
She-Hulk.
Really cool. Azul.
Azul, that came out several years ago. It's one that I've played. I don't think you've played that one.
I think I have either.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sagrada.
Sagrada, I've played a lot. In fact, it's one I've been trying to get, which I think you would like. It
looks cool.
It's dice drafting, and you're using the different color of dice to put and create like a stained glass window.
Yeah, I
So,
remember seeing it. It looks cool.
it's really good looking, and it plays fast. We played at lunch quite a bit. Lost Cities, the card game,
I have played that one.
which we have covered on the channel.
Yes. It's good. I like Lost Cities.
We've got all the Lost Cities.
They're pretty good. Pretty good games. Noctiluca, which I really liked. And we didn't cover that one yet, but it's a really good game.
That one will be on the
love
channel
that game.
early this year when Megan's back from school and we
Yeah.
can find some time to play it. A lot of little colorful dice,
Little jellies.
little jellies,
Little
yeah.
Noctilucas.
So it's really
They're
good. That was
cool.
another one that we got the demo at Gen Con.
Mm-hmm.
Did not walk away with it at Gen
No,
Con though
one of your
because
friends taught us though.
yeah, my friend Aaron
Yeah.
was actually working on the demo team for Asmodee, and he got to teach us. So we got to sit down and got to play a full game of that. But I think they sold out of that at Gen Con.
Yeah.
It was pretty popular.
We waited a while to get our copy.
So I know that's been on a lot of people's lists.
Mm-hmm.
Dastardly Dirigibles. I've seen that, but I don't know anything about it. And I
It's
think,
just a fun word.
it's a card game where I think where you're placing different parts down to build your dirigible. Dirigible. Res Arcana, which is another game that I had heard early on in the year that I know my dad, Dave and the Elephant, co-stars have played. I have not, so I don't really know much about it.
It's a Wonderful World, which I don't know anything about.
That one, I think, it might have been an Essen release. I don't think it came out at Gen Con. I could be wrong. But I don't really remember much about the game other than the fact that it was kind of on my interest list to check out.
Yeah.
But it looked kind of neat.
Runestones.
Runestones is from Queen Games, and that was one that we kind of got to see a little preview for at Gen Con, not really much. We wanted to demo it, but they weren't actually running demos for it at that time. But that's one we hope to have on the channel at some point too.
Yeah.
Queen of Hansa. Again, not a game that I've played, but my co-stars from Dad, Dave, and the Elephant have played. They've really enjoyed that one.
Hadara. We have played that one.
Hadara, we just talked about. Betrayal Legacy.
I could have almost played this one, and then I slept in on the snow day when my game group at college actually played it. They came to my door and were like, "Hey, we're playing it." I'm like, "I'm tired. It's a snow day. I'm going back to sleep." So I missed out on playing that for the months that they had played Betrayal Legacy.
Well, you guys, that's like the only game you were playing was
We
Betrayal.
did. We love Betrayal. 'cause that
And
was
that's
just a
Betrayal
fun
House on the
game.
Hill, by the way.
Yes, but we love Betrayal, but
Well-
they got a lot of play out of
And
Betrayal Legacy.
And you've played
Widow's Walk
Widow's Walk a
expansion.
lot. I have not, because I'm still trying to get through more than half of the
No, it's
ones
good
from the
though.
base game. But
There's some good ones in Widow's Walk.
so like in the base Betrayal House on the Hill, there's 50 scenarios.
Yeah.
I think I've played through 23 different ones.
Yeah, but
maybe.
Widow's Walk has like fun ones. There was one where I was essentially Voldemort. I had to go find like kill Horcruxes. It was cool.
You want to kill the Horcruxes, Voldemort?
What do you do?
You want to kill Harry? You want to protect the Horcruxes? That's
yeah,
what kills
they
them.
were killing the Horcruxes.
Oh.
I was Voldy.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
Pandemic Rapid Response. You want to talk about that
No,
one?
I'm moving right along past the old person
Wingspan,
game.
I've already talked about. Wingspan is a lot of fun. I think you would really enjoy
Yeah,
Wingspan.
probably.
Maybe one of these days I'll sit down and
Yeah,
teach you.
one day.
Tiny Towns, which is
We
another
haven't
one.
played it yet.
We haven't played it. We've got it.
We do.
In fact, I've looked on how to play it. It looks like it's easy to play, but difficult to conquer type of thing.
Horrified, which I really like that game.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
Call to Adventure. I've heard about it, but I have not played it. I've not seen it.
No.
And then we have Munchkin DuckTales.
Woo. I don't
Again,
like
that was-
Munchkin.
That was from the op.
Yeah, I'm just not a Munchkin fan though.
Yeah, so
I have
we've
met
not
the
played
voice
that one.
of Scrooge McDuck though.
The new voice.
Yes, because it's David Tennant.
Yeah. Commissioned, I've not heard of, so I don't really know anything about that one.
Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. I have played this one.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it's Betrayal. But it's
Betrayal
like,
House in the Hill.
yeah, it's like D&D themed.
Yeah, did you like it?
I did like it. It was different. I do like Betrayal at House on the Hill better just because it's more horror themed, kind of. I like the creepiness of that better than Baldur's Gate. But we played a lot of Baldur's Gate though, so that was kind of fun. So I have actually played that one.
Coop, which I don't know anything about.
No,
Apex, the Theropod deck
I
building
have
game.
played this one. I did not like it though. It's dinosaur deck building, and it's like Legendary, but dinosaurs. And I could not get behind it. There was no cute raptor trainer in the game either, so hard pass.
Katana Zero, which I don't know anything
I
about.
don't know either. No,
Silver and Gold, unfortunately, I don't know anything about that one either.
it's a song in Rudolph.
Yeah, Silver and
all I know.
Gold.
Copenhagen.
which-
I like that one.
Yeah, we've
That's
had
fun.
that on the channel. That's a lot of fun.
The pieces for
Little-
that are super cool.
The acrylics.
Yeah. Those
the
are cool.
Tetris pieces too.
Mhm.
So that one's a lot of fun. You can check that out on the channel. We both really like that. Just One is one that we'll be having on the channel.
Mhm.
That's a kind of a party game where if you've watched our show on Blank Slate,
kinda
where
similar.
you're trying to match at least one other person. Here you do not want to match anybody
That
because
makes
you're
it difficult.
you're trying to give just one clue to the person trying to guess a word, and you all want different
Yeah.
words.
We played that on Christmas. It got interesting
Yeah,
pretty quickly.
so that's a lot of fun.
Llama.
Llama.
He's supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's from Amigo Games. That one's another one that we'll be having on the channel pretty soon.
Mhm.
That one's a lot of fun too. Very quick card game.
Yeah, well, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, where you don't want to get points.
No, it's like golf.
But I've played that one at lunch with my group several times. They've really enjoyed it. In fact, several have gone out to purchase it. It's pretty cheap. It's like $10.
Yeah.
So that one's a nice one to pick up.
And then Hex Roller.
Hexroll, I don't know anything about.
No idea.
All right.
No.
So that's kind of 2019
Yeah.
in a nutshell. So what we do every year is we kind of look ahead and see what games we know we're probably going to be having on the channel. In this case, it'd be for 2020. So we have a nice little trailer. So check it out. All right, so now that you've seen some of the games that we plan on bringing to the channel in 2020, let's talk about maybe some of the other things that we will do on the channel for 2020. Kind of looking forward to the convention season.
Yeah.
We have mainly Origins and Gen Con are the two biggies that we go to. We
If anyone
still
wants
don't know
to
what we're going to be doing.
sponsor us to go to Essen, that would be cool.
You want to go to Essen?
If y'all got that Patreon account, y'all want to drop a couple hundred in there.
So speaking of Patreon, so if you like what you see us do on the channel and you want to support us by throwing a couple bucks our way,
I'm broke.
go ahead. You at the end of each of our videos, it tells you how you can do that to go to the Patreon. But we also have no problem for you watching our stuff for free.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you want to throw us a few bucks, go right ahead.
We do have some Patreon sponsors.
We do,
yeah.
and we are very thankful for those. We've had several over the years. So to upgrade our equipment, we've got new lighting, we've got some other new things, microphones and such.
Yeah.
Make things a little bit clearer, especially when we're at the cons doing the reporting. So we do appreciate you guys. So thank you very much for the support.
Thank you.
Probably do a few more little iOS apps. That's usually generally me.
Yeah.
We do have a Nintendo Switch now, so
Yes.
we might do some reviews on some of those games. Let us know if you like the app reviews and if you want to see stuff on that. I don't think we'll be showing you Mario Kart because I can't win at Mario Kart
You
against
can't.
her. In fact,
But we should do that.
I've won, I think, 3 races total.
Yeah.
I've never won.
It's because you kept shelling me.
Well, yeah, 3 races out of all of the races we've played. I
Yeah.
won 3.
We've played, I think, all but 2 rounds together. 2 of the courses,
Well,
the cups.
My defense, I've not played hardly any on the Switch prior to me getting this,
Yeah.
which was right before, what was around Thanksgiving.
I've
You've played it
with
for
my game
months.
group.
Yeah, so you have a little
Yeah.
bit more of a,
That's the only Switch game I'm good at.
you have an advantage there.
Yeah. I can't do
Um,
Smash Bros.
So
that
we don't know if we're going to be at Origins. We don't know if we're going to be at Gen Con. We
You'll
hope,
probably at least be at Gen Con.
I
most
hope,
likely.
yeah, basically to be at Gen Con
Yeah,
at
I
least.
don't know.
So we don't know because you're going to graduate in May and we don't know where you're going to be. So that is that. So finally now we are at the end and we have a lot of people that we want to thank because
Do.
like Megan had mentioned, our Patreon supporters, while that is great, we could not do this show without the help of our support from all of our other publishers.
Yeah.
So we talked about Patreon. Another kind of a sponsor we had is Big Viking Mats. They provide this nice big blue mat that we started using at the end of the videos this year.
Super cool. It makes picking up cards a breeze.
Yeah, it's nice and thick, and it's big. It covers all our whole area. But we want to, like I said, say thank you to Big Viking Mats for that.
Yep.
And then our publishers.
Yep, we have a lot of them. So we have Tasty Minstrel Games, Asmodee, Ravensburger, IDW Games, R&R Games, The Op, Cosmos, Born and Dice, Eagle Griffin, AEG, Foxmine, Big G Creative, Academy Games, Forbidden Games, Grand Gamers Guild, Burnt Island Games, White Wizard Games, Bezier Games, Blue Orange, Jazzco, Upper Deck, Luma Imports, Daily Magic Games, Queen Games, North Star Games, Flying Lemur Games, Amigo Games, and Simon.
Which they actually call it Come On now.
Simon.
Yeah, it'll always be Simon to us. And then, like I said, also thank you guys for watching because if you weren't watching, we wouldn't be doing the show.
Yeah.
And then also thank you to those that are following Megan on Twitter.
Yes. Please follow me on Twitter. I'm bored. Twitter's fun.
All right, so that is 2019 and that is 2020.
Yep.
I think that pretty much puts a bow on it. Looking forward to what we can get to the channel in 2020.
All right.
So we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
If you would like to support us, you can visit patreon.com/dadvdaughter.
Like and follow us on Facebook to stay current on our show schedule, sneak peeks at future shows, and to interact with us.
Bye.